Hi, I'm Erin Frame. I am a realtor with House of Frame, Tucson, here with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. I just messed it up.
You did. You messed it up. Redo. Just kidding.
Oh, no. We
Nope.
literally haven't done this in a while.
Ian Brandon, Noble Home Loans, House of Brandon.
House of Brandon, and we have another bodacious episode of The Lowdown. Hey, guys. Welcome back. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Way too long.
I took a few Fridays
You went to
off.
Mexico and Hawaii.
Oh, it's spring break.
It's what he does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this time of year always. And he'll be in Mexico like a lot coming up, so.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was going to go because a month ago there were all those that cartel shooting.
Was that in Rocky Point?
No, Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, yeah. I knew
Very
about that,
far
yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's
You just never know.
you never know.
You never know. That's why we're here, is to tell you.
Yeah. but now that we're back, and the week before that, you weren't feeling up to it, so.
Oh, I have those days, guys. But I really didn't think about how long we'd be gone.
I didn't either.
I know. So, well, anyway, here we are. And of course, we always talk about what are some things that we can offer to kind of benefit you all.
Yeah,
So,
and 3 weeks ago, we would have talked about the war in Iran.
Yep.
And 2 weeks ago, we would have talked about the war in Iran. Last week, we would have talked about the war in Iran.
Yep.
So today, we're going to talk about
the war in Iran.
Yeah.
Yes.
And really how it affects real estate, mortgages, specifically mortgage rates.
Yep.
Because that's really what it's affecting right now. It's affecting everything that you do. Elliot and I had a conversation about fuel this morning.
I just paid almost $6 a gallon.
I did pay $6.
That's what you said.
I have a
Yeah.
truck, F-250 diesel, and I went to fill it up. It cost me $149 to fill up
That's
that
a
bad boy.
lot of money.
Yeah, so I'm driving the Bronco instead right now, mostly.
His options.
I do, but oil rules. It reminds me of I forget what movie that was when it was a kid in high school. It's like O'Doyle rules. Do you remember that movie?
Oh, you always go back to it.
O'Doyle rules. Oil rules right now.
And I actually came up with that one today, guys.
You did.
I never
Very
do.
well done.
He literally just is always the guy. So.
But oil really does rule our world, and you are experiencing it in everything that you do right now. There's a lot of oil in makeup. There's a lot of oil in the use of the creation of plastic, right? Oil goes into everything, and mostly fuel, right? That's our biggest use of oil, conversion of oil to fuel for our cars. And man, we are experiencing it at the pumps. And typically what I tell people is, when people ask me what interest rates are doing, hey, can you keep me updated on what rates do every single week?
And what do you always say?
I say, you know what? Rather than me tell you what the rates are doing every single week, every time you fill up your gas tank, if you're paying more for oil, the interest rates are up. If you're paying less for oil, interest rates are likely down. There's a weird connection with oil. It's our token. He's pulling it out.
I think it's just it's just the time of the day, guys.
We're just always around the delivery trucks and stuff. But there's a correlation between oil and interest rates. And right now, interest rates they're okay.
Yeah, but they were just starting to get.
They were in the fives.
I know, guys.
A month ago.
Yeah.
And man, we were excited about that trend and where it was headed. And man, we got the rug pulled right underneath us.
It's even worse. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. So that is frustrating because we had this trajectory of our market doing better, and we're not doing better. We're not better off than we were 30 days ago for sure. But where interest rates are, they're in the 6% range. They were in the 5s, now they're in the 6s. Not terrible, but I'm having conversations with people. Should we hold off until after the war?
Yeah.
Right. And here's what a lot of responses are. I don't know that the war is going to end anytime soon. Right? I talked to a financial advisor that I'm doing a loan for. She's like, we might as well just do it. Pull the trigger right now, Ian, because I don't see an end to this war.
Well, I just had a listing that went under contract, and they came in a bit low, and my buyer, or my seller rather, was just very realistic. She's like, well, who knows what's going to happen? She's like, with the oil prices the way they are, she's like, I just think I just need to get out of it now.
Yeah.
So
and that's a very realistic buyer or seller that you have. A very logical person to say, let's do this. Let's act on what we know. So that we don't have to.
We can't predict the future.
Yeah, can't predict the future.
Nope.
So take it for face value. But why do interest rates, or why are they typically higher when oil is higher? It's because right now the cost of oil going up is inflationary. Mortgage rates hate inflation. That's their arch enemy. So anytime there's inflation in our markets, you can expect to see interest rates go up. So that's the high level example, reason why. I don't know too many people that like me to talk about the weeds, about the technicals, how deep it goes, because really you don't care. You need to know what the high level explanation is. As long as you're paying more for everything, your mortgage rates are going to be higher too when it comes to oil. Yeah,
and can you explain to me too, like when things do go up like that, why does the Fed talk about upping interest rates more? I don't understand that.
To combat inflation.
Okay.
So in an inflationary market, the Federal Reserve has conversations of, should we hike interest rates to slow down the economy? When we're in an inflationary market, and you want to slow down inflation, you slow down spending. What did I say? Which vehicle am I driving?
The Bronco.
The Bronco. So I just made a financial decision to slow down my spending on fuel, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's what the Fed does with raising interest rates, right? If they increase the Federal Reserve rate, the federal funds rate, people are going to make financial decisions primarily on luxury items, right? They're not going to go spend money on items that they don't necessarily need, especially if they have to finance it, right? So anytime you have to borrow money to get luxury items, you're going to make decisions that are better for your budget.
Yep.
So that's the reason why they would raise the federal funds rate.
So there's no predicting the future. We know that. So what is your advice to buyers today?
My advice to buyers is if you need to buy a home, buy a home.
Yeah.
You can't say that rent. You can't convince me that renting is going to be better for you
in the long run.
In the long run, because I'm a landlord, and I have. We talked about a few of my tenants are moving out. I'm meeting painters and a contractor at those units to freshen them up. And as soon as I do, where do you think the cost of that freshening up is going to go to?
What their rent is.
The new person's rent.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to make them pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? So, but that's just business. That's how that business works. I'm not a slumlord guy.
It really isn't. He's super inexpensive. Yeah. Have you rented those?
One of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, if you're looking for a property, where? By U of A?
Yeah, by U of A on Adelaide. Adelaide and Mountain. So
great spot.
Right by South Point High School.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you need a spot, let me know. You can DM me. But
DM.
Yeah.
Slip into my
Slide
DMs.
into your DMs.
Feel so old.
But
oh my God.
But yeah, I mean and that's what business owners do. So that when shipping costs are increased because the cost of freight, oil, transport goes up, the business owners don't eat it. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they have to. But the majority of the time,
at some point they have to.
If they don't do it right now, you can expect it's going to go up down the road.
Yeah, it'll have to go up, of course.
It has to. Why would they run their business into the ground when they can forward on the cost to everyone else? And then it's a vicious cycle, guys. Because what's going to happen? The minimum wage is going to have to go up. Because at some point, when business owners raise their costs, at the bottom level, they can't afford it anymore. They can't afford to live. And we need these people to afford to live. Why? To pay my rent. Right? So
True.
so the minimum wage then has to go up to afford living at the very bottom barrel level. So, and then, but raising wages means business owners have to pay people more money.
Yeah, I know. It's
a cycle, because they'll have to raise their price of goods all over again.
Yeah, it's a crazy market.
Yeah, it really is.
It's not fun, guys.
And
I must say.
you know, at the end of the day, we're all praying for this war to be over. I am anyway.
It's not helping.
Yeah.
My career, that's for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't. But as soon as there's some treaty, apparently, you know, this war was supposed to be over 3 weeks ago, but as soon as the treaty occurs, we start to see some hope in the markets, because the markets like they don't like chaos. They don't like things to be unpredictable. So a treaty, that's predictable. We can expect things down the road calming down. But go ahead.
So how far back do you think this puts us? So that's the thing. It's like it took us so long to get where we were with the rates going down, and now I feel like it's probably going to take longer, is what I'm getting at, for us to get back down to that spot.
I would say 2 years and 8 months.
And 3 hours and 25 minutes.
Well, I mean, that was a little bit of a political jab, but realistically, it's hard to say, because our current administration is very unpredictable too, right? And like I said, the markets like prediction, the markets like stability. When you have erratic decisions, it's not good for the market, regardless of what your political beliefs are. So when my crystal ball has a hairline fracture right down the middle of it, and I'm gonna say 2 years, 8 months.
But it'll probably be so fucked up.
It might be a little fucked up.
Oh my God, guys. Well, hey, Sheila Chones. How's it going, girl? It's been a long time. We need to get together.
Hey.
Well, hey, girl, hey. I guess that's it. I don't know.
We did a
Until
great
next time,
job.
guys. Yeah, good job.
Peace
Good
out.
job. Peace out. And it won't be so long next time, hopefully.
Next week.
Yeah, there we go. Next week. Okay, bye, guys. And by the way, it's beautiful in Tucson. You need to move
So
here.
nice.
Okay.
80.